Hello, everybody. My name is Roger, and I am the product manager supporting the database team. Welcome to our 17.0 planning. Today, we've got two people with us. Um, One of them is Alex. Alex is our database engineering manager, and Alex is about to go on parental leave in about a month. And so we also have Diogo today, who is our acting manager for the database team. I think for today's kickoff, we'll try to have Diogo try to ramp up and provide us with some updates, with Alex filling in where we can. That's covered here. And then in terms of our overall focus, we continue to focus on the sustainability and scalability of GitLab's primary database. We have some stable counterpart support that we are cheering on, both for AI and tenant self-related efforts. First up in our priorities for 17.0, we're going to remove Postgres 13 support. We're currently on 14, and we're upgrading to additionally support PG 16 and Omnibus. I think a lot of this work has already been done by the database team, but there is still work from other teams with distribution and DBREs to do that. So that's still ongoing. The newer versions of Postgres will have features that will also help support our database runway. So this is something that we're pretty excited about, especially to take full use of some of our CI partitioning investments. That's a pretty small effort. The other thing that we've been doing for a while, this is a larger effort, is talking about cells. One of the ways that we are supporting cells is to support cluster-wide unique identifiers. Diogo, do you want to give us a quick update on sort of where we are on this work stream?
Yeah, sure. So Prabha, the currently DRI for this project, it's exploring different solutions to create this unique identifier new service. Currently, yeah, we are exploring, and next week we are going to have a side of style event where we also going to share with the team our ideas, and we plan to take a decision.
Yeah, I think a big general theme here is that cells is a major technical undertaking, but it also embodies a lot of technological ambiguity. So I think instead of just directly saying we're going to build XYZ, there's definitely a lot of learning and calibration to make sure we have the right thing. So that's, I think, part of what's going on here, as well as a lot of the cross-functional syncs. Cool. There is this other theme here that we've carried on for some time, table size reduction effort. I think this is a general theme across GitLab. We want to make sure smaller tables are more performant. They do better for us. For the last several milestones, we've been focused on two particular table areas, both in CI partitioning and the merge request diff tables. I know we've done a lot of helpers that we've been building. Diogo, do you want to touch on anything in context here?
Yeah, sure. So you were working on the merge request if helpers, and we thought everything was ready and ready to go. And the team responsible for this table started to migrate the data. But unfortunately, doing this migration, we faced some errors. So we need to adapt our current framework to move the data.
Cool. Yeah. So I think just again, there's progress, but we're just iteratively moving forward to developing some new and more sustainable tooling at our scale. This third item is a new one for us to support the decomposition of secure tables. We expect this to be a large and significant portion of work for the team in the coming milestones. To make room for this, we've actually removed two other items to mitigate wall rate and lightweight lock contention, but all three of them support the general theme of lowering the load on GitLab's primary database. I know we still haven't fully identified a DRI from the team for this yet. Because of the size of this effort, we are mindful of what we have capacity for and just making sure people aren't overloaded. So we'll tackle that sometime this coming milestone. Do you have a sense, Diogo, of like where you think we might be able to get to in the end of 17.0 here?
Yes, so our first goal for this milestone, first, as we mentioned, is to assign a new DRI for this project that will take a while, and start exploring what are going to be our possibilities and start working on something for this milestone.
Yeah, I think one thing that is nice about this work, even though it's large and new, is that like a lot of our previous decomposition efforts with CI, which have been undergoing for some time, has laid a good technical skill foundation for the team to build on. So we're not reinventing the wheel, so to speak. I think we do have a lot of prior artifacts. So we expect this to maybe take a little bit less time than if we've never done CI decomposition. But nonetheless, I think the expectation we should set is this will take a large amount of time, and it will be a very cross-functional effort with the secure teams. And then we have this item here in terms of migrations running in milestone order. I know this is something that's been going on for quite some time. I think we're all very excited to see it becoming closer and closer to finish. I know it's not been our highest priority because we've been doing a lot of scaling, limitation, bottleneck mitigation work. Diogo, do you want to touch on sort of where we are and how we think we might be able to finish this in 17.0?
Yeah, as you mentioned, this is something that it's going on for a while. We want to reduce like the scope of this to be able to ship like a first iteration for this milestone.
Cool. Yeah. So I think there's definitely a lot of technical improvements we want to make here. But maybe just being able to do them a little bit later gets us out the door here and unblocks us to take on some of this work we talked about with secure and other large tables. Lastly, this is also another recurring theme along the lines of investments we've made to sustain our database scalability around load balancer improvements. Alex, do you wanna sort of touch on just sort of where we are with this? Because I know you've been sort of keeping an eye on it for some time.
Yeah, something I'll start by noting is that this is kind of this is tangentially related to us removing wall rate saturation from something we're tracking in this document. So our last efforts, our ongoing efforts to mitigate wall rate issues all happen within the load balancer. So we have one issue that we're currently working on delivering that hopefully will help us mitigate ongoing incidents, and then there's an improvement issue also for the load balancer that'll help us prevent them going forward. But yeah, that's kind of it. We also have some other load balancer improvements for quality of life issues for customers experiencing connection issues. So that's just little stuff mainly. But yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else just in general you might want to add, Diogo, or this kind of covers what's on your mind?
Okay, good.
Good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This is Database Team 17.0 planning.